This is the Morning Shower.
Brought to you by Late Night Hump.
Let the news wash over you.
With Jordan Freed,
Brendan O'Brien,
and Reena Ezra.
These are your ShowerHead Lines.
When army generals in Myanmar staged a coup last week, they briefly cut internet access in an apparent attempt to stymie protests. In Uganda, residents couldn't use Facebook, Twitter, and other social media for weeks after a recent election. And in Ethiopia's northern Tigray region, the internet has been down for months amid a wider conflict. Around the world, shutting down the internet has become an increasingly popular tactic of repressive and authoritarian regimes and some illiberal democracies. I knew the Comcast guy was out to get me!
HBO Max is set to release a new docudrama called There Is No I, about a bride and groom-to-be who recorded their 6-month exploration of polyamorous love. The film explores the ups and downs of pursuing extra-relational encounters and bringing a third partner into their bedroom. I guess if it takes 2 to tango, it takes 3 to sign a deal with HBO Max.
A large conch shell overlooked in a museum for decades is now thought to be the oldest known seashell instrument. And it still works, producing a deep, plaintive pleat, like a foghorn from the distant past. Unfortunately, it only knows how to play Mary Had a Little Lamb.
Bumble, best known for its female-centered dating app, is set to begin trading on the NASDAQ today under the stock ticker BMBL. Bumble is set to have one of the most high-profile technology IPOs of the year so far, and will be a milestone moment not just for Bumble founder Whitney Wolfe Herd, but for female founders generally. It is also reported that in order for heterosexual men to trade Bumble stock, a woman must approve the transaction first.
An ephemeral artwork made with thousands of footsteps in the snow has captured attention near Finland's capital of Helsinki. Under the guidance of local resident and amateur artist Jan Paikko, 11 snowshoe-clad volunteers stamped out a series of complex geometric patterns on a golf course. Together, the designs create a pattern with a starfish-resembling central figure surrounded by 6 huge snowflakes. The artwork, which was completed over 2 days, measures about 160 meters in diameter. Finnish newspaper Helsingin Sanomat said it could be the largest snow drawing ever made in the Nordic country. Yeah? Well, I dug out my car 5 times in the last week, okay?
Kraft is selling Planters nuts to Hormel, the maker of Spam and Skippy, in a $3.35 billion deal. This deal would mean that famed Planters mascot Mr. Peanut, or now commonly referred to as Baby Nut after Mr. Peanut passed away in 2020, would become a part of the Skippy peanut butter family. Following the acquisition, all reports indicate that the transition has gone smooth, not crunchy.
Plans are finally set for the long-awaited implosion of Trump Plaza in Atlantic City, nearly 7 years after the casino was shuttered to gamblers. We're extremely excited, Mayor Marty Small said at a Wednesday morning press conference announcing the finalized details. The tower is set to be imploded by demolition company Haynes and Kibblehouse around 9 a.m. on February 17th. That time is an estimate and is possible to change by several minutes in either direction, officials warned. So I'd take off work, I'd grab some pot, and camp out to watch the only sure bet at the casino. That any business that Donald Trump runs will eventually crash and burn.
Over Super Bowl weekend, Jeep debuted an ad starring Bruce Springsteen that calls for national unity. This ad was quickly pulled after news came to light regarding Springsteen's arrest in November on charges of driving under the influence. It's unclear at this time if Springsteen's driving privileges will be revoked, but if they are, it's a good thing that he's born to run.
Larry Flint, a 9th grade dropout who built a $400 million empire of raunchy publications, strip clubs, and adult shops around his sexually explicit magazine Hustler, and spent decades battling obscenity and libel charges as a self-promoting champion of freedom of the press, died on Wednesday at his home in Los Angeles. He was 78. The cause was heart failure, said his brother Jimmy Flint. A clear reminder to only get horny if your heart is healthy enough for sex.
Scientists have expressed concern over the existence of drug kingpin Pablo Escobar's collection of hippos that he left behind after his death in 1993. The cocaine hippopotami pose a major threat to locals and indigenous biodiversity, leaving experts no option but to cull them before they devastate the area, warn scientists. I say the hip, hop, the hippos, the hippos hop, they don't stop reproducing because Escobar let them run free. Now what you hear is not a test, this is a horny hippo controversy.
Thank you for showering with us.
Lather, rinse, repeat every day before noon.
Scrub-a-dub-dub at latenighthump.com.